Hello, this is a message for someone who's really hell-bent on doing things a certain way. And certain things, it could be like anything, okay? It could be anything. But whatever you're doing, whatever's coming to mind, if this message resonates, you will know because something will come to mind where your way of doing things is being challenged. I'm getting on a daily basis. So maybe it's at work and you work with someone who doesn't agree with the way you go about things. And so you are an expert at this, though. This is something you've been doing for a really long time. This is not new. Whatever we're talking about is not new. Okay, if it's new, this message is not for you. This is something that you feel is actually one of your biggest strengths in life, and you've been working at it a really long time, and you feel like you are pretty on top of it. Like you feel, again, an expert at your field. If this is about your work, and it could be about anything, but let's go with the work example because it's easier. But whatever it is, you're being challenged on a daily basis by at least one person, but could be more about your way of doing things. And it's not just challenge. They're trying to get you to do things in a different way, regardless of what you think about that. So you may think that their suggestions are actually not just bad ideas. You feel like they could sabotage your efforts. That's how bad of ideas you think they're suggesting, okay? And yet these people are so certain about their ways, your ways needing innovation. This might be sold to you as innovation, okay? This might be sold to you as you are too conservative, maybe, okay? Or too old school or too something like that. And no, it's not an AI thing, okay? That's what I'm getting, because I'm getting people will wonder that right about now. For most people, this message is not really about AI. This is more so about your way about going about something. And they're not trying to get you to do it completely different. They just want a new approach, okay? They want a new approach from you that feels refreshed, renewed, innovative. Maybe they're trying to get you to sound younger or be younger or act younger, something like that. I'm getting that too, of like, maybe if you're a millennial, they're like, you need to think Gen Z, or I don't know. That's the kind of thing, okay? So whatever it is getting to your last nerve because you have a lot of experience in whatever you're doing and you feel like these are really terrible ideas that again will sabotage you rather than help you in achieving better results. These people are suggesting this from a perspective of let's improve things, okay? So they're trying to be helpful, believe it or not. I mean, you probably know that. But you're so annoyed that you're having trouble dealing with them as in a cooperative fashion, as in like, yeah, we're all just trying to be helpful. At this point, you might be avoiding them or blocking them or stonewalling them because you feel their ideas are okay. What I'm getting is you think their ideas are dumb, but you don't want to say that to them because it would be, yeah, disrespectful, etc., etc. But like, yeah, there's a sense of you're losing your patience with this person or people when it comes to this subject, to the point that if this is your job, you're thinking about going and working somewhere else, or maybe going off and working for yourself, doing this more independently, whatever you're doing. Or if it's a whatever it is, not doing it with this particular person or not doing it with someone else at all and just venturing off on your own. So whatever you say goes, okay? What I'm getting is you're like the truth of you right now is that you feel like you need to give things a go, whereas whatever you say goes, okay? So that's kind of maybe why you're thinking of going on your own, because you're thinking, if I got to do things without having to compromise with a bunch of people or with just one person that has a bunch of bad ideas, then I would be getting much better results, and then maybe my methods wouldn't be questioned. You think your methods are being questioned because of you having to compromise in a lot of your methods with this person or people with their bad ideas, okay? So yeah, you feel like, well, if I was just able to implement my ideas 100%, not only would be a lot more relaxing for me to not have to fight for the validity of my methods, But I think I would get a lot further and I would get a lot better results to the point that nobody would want to question them, my methods, right? So that's where you're at. And the message I'm getting is it's exactly what you should do. Okay? These people don't understand you, and because they don't understand what you're doing, they also don't value what you're doing. So if you want to get in a better situation, your instinct that you could make so much more progress if you didn't have to compromise with this person or people on all these approaches and all this, what I'm getting is like strategies. Okay, you have really good strategies that instead of being able to implement, it's like you have to each step of the strategy you have to negotiate and compromise. And so yeah, you are correct in your instinct that that's really taken away from the possible good results you could be getting. So as soon as you're able to do that, you will shock yourself actually with how much better you do. So when you're able to take a chance on yourself, you will feel like suddenly there's no ceiling to your growth actually. So if you were looking for a sign on whether you should trust yourself, this is it. Hopefully this was helpful.